As the first rays of dawn illuminate the earth on April 19th, 2025, a subtle yet powerful energetic awakening will begin to unfold. If you choose to be fully present as the celestial gate swings wide open, this moment is far from ordinary. It marks a sacred convergence woven into the very matrix of the cosmos. On this day, 6 potent numerical frequencies will stream forth like divine fire, embedding themselves into the consciousness of those attuned to receive. These numbers carry the timeless wisdom of ancient mystics, who understood that mathematics is not merely a tool, but the original language of creation itself, where each digit vibrates with transformative power, capable of reshaping your reality when embraced with awareness. Have you ever encountered a number or symbol that seemed to speak directly to your soul, as if it carried a message meant only for you? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience may mirror the signs others are just beginning to notice. The deeper meaning of this day has already begun to echo in the natural world, in the timing of cherry blossoms reaching their fullest bloom, their petals dancing in synchronicity with the vibrational codes arriving from higher realms. This is no coincidence. Just as winter's final breath fades and spring's creative surge takes hold, nature reflects the inner invitation being offered, a renewal of spirit, a reawakening of truth. The earth holds memory, and on April 19th, 2025, it will act as a resonant chamber, amplifying the frequencies entering and remembering every soul who's ever sought spiritual expansion. What gives these numbers such extraordinary resonance is not human logic but divine origin. They arise from the sacred geometry that forms the hidden framework of all existence, the same harmonic order that spins galaxies and governs the life cycles of the smallest seed. To receive these codes during this rare energetic window, still pulsing with the residual charge of the spring equinox, is to allow them to bypass the analytical mind and activate your soul's original design. This live, embodied encounter, in sacred time and space, is what allows their full transformative power to take root. Later encounters simply won't carry the same intensity, because it's not just about the numbers, but about the moment of transmission and your readiness to receive. As the sun reaches its peak on April 19th, a portal will open briefly, dissolving the usual boundaries of time and revealing a glimpse of all potential futures. The 6 numbers revealed during this window will serve as energetic markers, vibrational signposts guiding you toward your most radiant path. Each soul present will receive them differently, aligned with the specific frequency of their life journey. For some, they may unlock creative power. For others, they may open pathways to ancestral healing or long-buried callings. Their full significance will unveil itself gradually, unfolding like a sacred story in the days and weeks to follow, as you begin to live in harmony with their energy. The number 72 holds profound symbolic significance across various Buddhist traditions, particularly within the realms of cosmology and the soul's spiritual evolution. It is often interpreted as a mirror of the soul's continuous unfolding, a sacred marker of the many transformative phases experienced on the journey toward full awakening. In this context, 72 becomes a map of spiritual ascent, capturing the gradual process of inner refinement that leads toward nirvana and freedom from the wheel of suffering. Within certain Buddhist cosmological models, 72 distinct levels or stages are described as part of the soul's passage through samsara, the infinite cycle of life, death, and rebirth. These stages represent subtle shifts in consciousness, action, and spiritual perception. Each level signifies a breaking away from illusion, an embrace of deeper truths, and the cultivation of wisdom. As the practitioner ascends through these stages, the path becomes not only one of liberation, but of deep purification and inner expansion. Here, 72 is more than a count. It is a sacred rhythm reflecting the soul's layered transformation toward light. In Chinese Buddhist teachings, the number is also associated with 72 celestial protectors, divine guardians entrusted with preserving the integrity of the Dharma. These luminous beings are revered as emissaries of compassion and guardians of clarity, ensuring that the sacred teachings remain uncorrupted and available to all sentient beings. They stand as spiritual allies for those on the path, silently offering guidance, protection, and reminders of the inner truth that transcends time and illusion. Furthermore, several revered scriptures speak of 72 enlightened beings, often seen as high bodhisattvas or awakened guides, who take on the role of spiritual mentors for those still navigating the terrain of suffering. These radiant beings are described as offering their support to help seekers overcome karmic entanglements, break cycles of delusion, and blossom into their higher potential. Through their blessings and wisdom, they help light the way for others, acting as spiritual midwives for awakening. In this way, 72 transforms into a symbol of both cosmic order and personal transformation. It captures the essence of the soul's long journey through myriad lifetimes, each stage peeling away layers of ignorance and opening portals to deeper insight. The number echoes the sacred law that inner evolution unfolds over time through persistent effort, increasing awareness, and the surrender of attachments. It reflects the rhythm of divine timing and the beauty of spiritual endurance. At its core, 72 also embodies a central truth in Buddhism, that enlightenment is not a sudden event, but the cumulative result of patient cultivation, steady intention, and unwavering compassion. It reminds us that every being is on a path, ever evolving, ever ascending, through countless invitations for healing, learning, and grace. The depth of 72 affirms that spiritual growth is not linear but expansive, interwoven with divine support and the timeless dance of cause and effect. To contemplate the significance of 72 is to embrace the full spectrum of the spiritual path, from struggle to awakening, from karma to liberation. It serves as a gentle yet powerful reminder that no step is wasted and that unseen forces walk beside us. In its fullness, 72 speaks of the soul's sacred odyssey, one shaped by perseverance, illuminated by wisdom, and destined for the light of ultimate truth. In Buddhism, the number 108 is seen as a sacred symbol, representing completeness, cosmic order, and the journey toward enlightenment. It serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, guiding practitioners in their pursuit of inner purification. A well-known use of 108 is in malas, or prayer beads, which consist of 108 beads. These beads are used during meditation to help maintain focus as practitioners chant mantras. Each bead represents one repetition, fostering mindfulness and helping to clear mental obstacles while aligning the practitioner with higher awareness. Symbolically, 108 relates to the 108 desires, kleshas, that keep beings trapped in samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. These desires stem from attachment, delusion, and aversion, and lead to suffering. Repeating mantras 108 times is a means to confront and dissolve these afflictions, guiding the practitioner towards spiritual clarity. The number is also tied to the 108 defilements, such as greed, anger, and ignorance, that cloud wisdom. By repeating mantras, practitioners gradually purify their minds and awaken their innate wisdom. In various Buddhist rituals, 108 plays an important role in devotion and purification. For instance, the practice of 108 prostrations involves bowing in reverence, symbolizing the surrender of the ego and the cultivation of humility. This practice honors the Buddha, the Dharma, teachings, and the Sangha, spiritual community, while also emphasizing purification of thoughts, speech, and actions. In Zen Buddhism, 108 is central to the New Year's Eve ceremony, where monks ring the temple bell 108 times. Each ring represents one defilement, and the ritual aims to cleanse the karmic residue of the past year, preparing for spiritual renewal. Both Theravada and Mahayana traditions acknowledge 108 distinct paths to enlightenment, emphasizing the diverse ways one can reach liberation through mindfulness, wisdom, and meditation. This reflects the Buddhist idea that all paths, regardless of their form, lead to the same awakened state. Lastly, 108 is seen as a cosmic number, representing the interconnectedness of all life and the infinite potential within each being. It mirrors the vastness of spiritual existence and serves as a reminder of the universal journey toward awakening. In summary, the number 108 holds deep significance in Buddhism, symbolizing inner purification and the path from ignorance to enlightenment. Whether through malice, rituals, or teachings, it embodies both the complexity of the human experience and the simplicity of awakening to one's true nature. The number 9 is a powerful symbol of creativity, growth, and transformation. It urges you to unlock your inner potential and express yourself authentically. This number carries dynamic energy, inspiring you to embrace your unique abilities and face life's challenges with passion, imagination, and determination. Under the influence of Jupiter, the planet of expansion, number 9 encourages you to dream big. It reminds you that true success goes beyond material wealth, focusing instead on aligning with your inner passions. By embracing creativity and enjoying the process, you tap into endless potential. Jupiter's energy inspires you to broaden your perspective, believing that anything is possible when you pursue it wholeheartedly. Number 9's creative energy encourages free expression, whether through art, ideas, or actions. It invites you to explore your deepest desires and connect with your true self. It asks, what makes me feel alive? What brings me fulfillment? Pursuing your passions becomes not just an external act, but a journey toward living in alignment with your soul's purpose. Embracing number 9 isn't just about producing results. It's about personal growth and spiritual evolution. Your creativity opens doors to abundance and new opportunities. Number 9 teaches that fulfillment comes not just from outcomes, but from the act of creation itself, reminding you that your creative spirit shapes your reality. In relationships, career, or personal endeavors, number 9 reminds you that creativity is key to growth, happiness, and success. It encourages you to trust your gifts and let your creativity guide you toward a life that resonates with your true self. By embracing number 9, you open yourself to limitless possibilities. The number 11 is a powerful symbol of transformation, representing the transition between closure and new beginnings. It marks not just a point in time, but a spiritual intersection where one phase ends, making way for another, often unexpectedly. The energy of 11 reminds us that life is cyclical, with each cycle completing itself to clear space for renewal and growth. In Buddhist thought, impermanence is a core truth. The cycle of samsara, birth, death, and rebirth, teaches us that change is constant. Nothing, whether it's circumstances, relationships, or inner states, remains fixed. Number 11 embodies this by encouraging us to see endings not as losses, but as opportunities for new growth. Just as trees shed their leaves to make room for spring, we too must release the old to make space for the new. Endings often bring sadness, fear, or resistance. However, 11 invites us to shift our perspective. Instead of mourning what's leaving, we are encouraged to celebrate the space it creates for something new. Letting go doesn't signify defeat, but empowerment. It's a conscious choice to clear the way for healing, alignment, and higher purpose. Nature beautifully mirrors this truth. As seasons shift with divine rhythm, our lives too unfold in cycles. Every chapter, whether joyful or challenging, has meaning if we choose to reflect. Think about your own turning points. Which endings brought unexpected blessings? What are you ready to release now to let a deeper version of yourself emerge? The number 11 reminds us that transformation is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It encourages us to trust the rhythms of our journey and approach change with open hearts. In Buddhist teachings, the principle of anicca, impermanence, reminds us to loosen our grip on what we can't control, finding freedom in life's flow. 11 invites us to embrace this truth, seeing change not as chaos, but as divine order. Releasing the past doesn't mean discarding its value. It's about integrating the lessons learned and moving forward wiser and more grounded. Each ending carries sacred insights, shaping the next version of ourselves. With every conclusion, we are gifted tools for the next phase, if we're open to seeing them. Number 11 also calls us to trust the unseen path ahead. Even uncertain transitions carry seeds of transformation. Trusting the process, even when outcomes are unclear, is essential for spiritual growth. 11 teaches us to surrender control and embrace the miracles hidden in the unknown. As one door closes, many others quietly open. Ultimately, the energy of 11 teaches us that every ending is also a new beginning. Each transition is a nudge from the universe, guiding us closer to our highest potential. By aligning with the essence of 11, we embrace life as an ongoing cycle of transformation, trusting that with every release, we move toward the person we are destined to become. The three jewels, or Triratna, are the foundational pillars of Buddhist practice, offering refuge, guidance, and a shared purpose to those on the path of awakening. They consist of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, three guiding forces that lead the way toward inner transformation. The Buddha, symbolizing the awakened one, the Buddha represents ultimate realization and liberation. Having transcended the cycles of samsara, he illuminated a path that others can follow. His life exemplifies the potential for awakening, compassion, and freedom. Taking refuge in the Buddha is to recognize your own ability to awaken, drawing strength and guidance from his example. The Dharma. The Dharma refers to the Buddha's teachings, universal truths that guide us toward freedom from suffering. These teachings are both the map and the method, offering a way of life focused on wisdom, ethics, and meditation. With principles like the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, the Dharma helps practitioners navigate life with clarity and right intention. It's the light that dispels confusion and reveals the true nature of existence. The Sangha. The Sangha is the spiritual community, monks, nuns, and lay practitioners who support one another on the path. It offers connection, encouragement, and shared wisdom. Within the Sangha, practitioners find guidance and strength, reinforcing that the journey is not solitary, but a collective effort. It mirrors both our progress and potential, reminding us that we rise together. In Buddhist practice, the three jewels are honored through chants, prostrations, and mantras, often repeated 3 times as a sign of deep commitment. These rituals affirm alignment with the core values of awakening, truth, and community. Symbolically, the three jewels form a sacred triad: the Buddha as awakened consciousness, the Dharma as living truth, and the Sangha as collective harmony. Together, they nurture a balanced spiritual life, guiding thought, speech, and action toward higher awareness and authenticity. To take refuge in the three jewels is to embrace a lifelong relationship with wisdom, compassion, and collective purpose. It's a conscious commitment to follow a path of clarity, integrity, and growth, leading to the realization of your true nature and the boundless peace within. In Buddhism, the 18 realms of existence, or 18 dhatus, offer a framework to understand how sentient beings perceive and interact with the world. These realms break down the process of sensory experience and consciousness, shedding light on how we construct our reality. The 18 realms are divided into three categories: the six sense faculties, the six sense objects, and the six consciousnesses. Six sense faculties. These are the channels through which we receive sensory input. They include sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, and the mind. While the first five faculties relate to physical senses, the mind is the sixth, as it perceives internal phenomena like thoughts and emotions. Together, these faculties shape our awareness and reactions to the world. Six sense objects. Each sense faculty is associated with an object in the world. These are visual forms, sounds, smells, tastes, textures, and mental objects like concepts and emotions. These objects, when they come into contact with the respective sense faculties, create sensory experiences, such as perceiving a sound or having a thought. Six consciousnesses. When a sense faculty interacts with an object, a corresponding form of consciousness arises. These include visual, auditory, olfactory, gustatory, tactile, and mental consciousness. Each form of consciousness is the awareness that processes and interprets the data from the sensory interaction. Together, sense faculties, objects, and consciousness shape our perception of reality. The 18 realms show that perception is an active process, not passive. It involves dynamic interactions between the senses, their objects, and the awareness that perceives them. This framework encompasses not just physical experiences, but mental phenomena, revealing how thoughts and emotions influence how we perceive reality. A key teaching related to the 18 realms is the concept of impermanence, anicca. Each component, the sense, object, or consciousness, is transient and ever-changing. Understanding this helps release attachment to sensory experiences and mental projections, which often create false perceptions of permanence. Insight practices like Vipassana meditation encourage practitioners to observe these realms in real time. By watching how sensations and thoughts arise, persist, and fade, one begins to recognize the impermanent nature of all experience. This realization reduces suffering by dissolving the illusion of permanence and separateness. Through contemplation of the 18 realms, practitioners see that reality is a collection of fleeting processes and that the self is not a fixed entity, but a flow of ever-changing phenomena. This insight leads to the release of craving and aversion, bringing one closer to liberation from samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth.